We're just having a down day here, guys. So I'm going to ask Matt Cheslock, truth or dare?
Dare.
Okay, I dare you to rescue the Dow from the 200-day moving average because that's pretty bad.
I wish I could do that. I wish I had the power, but right now, seemingly, we're focused on stuff that's outside of the market's purview, and that's the problem. Earnings haven't been enough to get us going.
No, and it looks like there's some institutional selling now. 750 million market on close for sale orders yesterday.
Yeah, the way the market closed yesterday, I wasn't surprised. I think we had some uncertainty that came out of the Fed as far as what we expected or what we don't expect. And there's enough people out there that think there's going to be two are only necessary, 2 rate hikes. Some are saying 3. And as a trader, you really like to see that. You like to see these 2 camps. However, I think there was confusion as far as was it dovish, was it hawkish?
Matt, if we get one more rally, is that going to be the short of the century?
No, I don't think so. I think everyone is probably that said, as long as we don't get anything out of China. If this thing doesn't escalate into something that we just can't handle, then maybe you'll look at it and say this was the short of the century. But I certainly don't think anything out there is indicative of a massive rally based on the economic data that we've seen in the U.S.
Could be some good news with the technicals. I took a look at the VXX, and it looks like there's a head and shoulders pattern there, which would be very bullish for stocks, right?
Well, yeah, when you get an environment like this, the VIX will move quickly, and that's what we saw yesterday. We saw it approach the 15 level. It was a psychological level. It broke through that on the initial rebound in the market, and then it subsequently sold off. And today we're seeing probably more of an indication of fear because we don't know what's out there, and that's what the market doesn't like. So, there's a lot for the politicians to work on, and this sell-off has been Washington related.
Yeah, I know. We thought that earnings would be that catalyst to get us higher. What are your thoughts on buying ahead of earnings?
Well, it worked in Apple, right? So if you bought into Apple, I think there was enough contrarians in Apple, and you saw it up 2 days prior to earnings, and then they blew out the number, and everyone kind of got short or kind of caught on the wrong side of the boat, and they all went to scramble to cover yesterday. So if you believe in the company and you think there's value, and at the time Apple was down a little bit. Facebook is another one, for example. They had a lot of damage that was done to it due to Cambridge Analytica. Earnings came out, and now it's back up toward the highs. So there is some truth to buying ahead of earnings if you believe in the company and you think that you're going to get what you ultimately hope the company is going to provide.
Yeah, I heard yesterday that Cambridge Analytica folded.
Not a surprise.
Yeah.
I mean, the publicity that they got was not very good, and it'd be hard to use them going forward.
Oh, for sure. Well, I want to ask you about mergers because it seems like a lot of them are getting stock blocked recently to get a deal. Is this just impossible?
Yeah, I think based on the terms that they have, there's always something. Maybe it's a shareholder, maybe it's the government, maybe it's a foreign entity, and there's too many people that have their finger in the pie and have control over these. Deals used to be a lot more simpler. That's certainly not the case, especially with all the necessary funding that takes place to get these deals. Are not small by any nature, so they're a complicated matter, and when that happens, you get a lot of lawyers involved and things like that, and it just gets bogged down.
Oh, God. Nothing's good when lawyers get involved.
So true.
Yeah, I know. All right, Matt, well, hang in there. Thanks for taking the time to jump on camera with me today. I know it's going to be super busy. Have a good weekend, Matt.
All right, you too. Enjoy the weather.